Their leader, a great brute named Proffit, has eluded us. While he lives, Nesme will not be safe. Galen Firth. Welcome, humble adventurers, to my realm of knowledge and mystery. Here, in my cursed library, are endless tomes and scrolls on the darkest and evilest foes in all the realms. Be they from Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, the many worlds of darkness, or any realm in between. Welcome to the Dastardly Decimal System. I'm your caretaker of the corrupt, the librarian, Castor Cain. And supervising as always is Vega the cat. History has shown time and time again that a charismatic leader can unite the masses to do horrific things. Sad as it is, sometimes violence is the only response to such a leader. Be it a swift blade, a well-shot arrow, or even a powerful spell. Sometimes ending the evil ruler's life is the only way to maintain safety. But what happens when that doesn't work? What happens when the cuts your blades make are instantly healed? What happens when the damage you cause is undone in mere seconds? What happens when that evil ruler can regenerate any damage you lay upon it? For today's topic, I have brewed a pot of Troll Elixir tea. It's a caffeine-free blend, perfect to wind down at the end of the day. The taste of rosehip and blackcurrant deliver a delightful fusion of fruity sweetness, while the addition of ginger imparts a subtle, spicy kick. So take a seat, I'll pour you a glass, and we can talk about the two-headed fell troll known as Proffit. A troll is a well-known and frightening creature, and one we have covered before. They have long, gangly arms, baleful claws, and rubbery hides that seem to grow moss-like hair. They are terrifying creatures who are known for their ferocity and for their regeneration. Fell trolls, however, are the more dangerous version of the species. They stand 15 feet tall. And yeah, that makes them taller than a hill giant. They have two heads, each with a mouth filled with ferocious fangs. Long dark hair grows atop each of their skulls. Hair that seems to writhe on its own accord, like snakes running down their back. Having two heads has numerous advantages. Proffit was resistant to psychic and mind-controlling spells. Spells such as charm and suggestion struggled to take a hold on him, while abilities to deceive him through magical means always seemed to fail. Trolls are known for their powerful regeneration, while Proffit and other fell trolls share that trait. He, unfortunately, has the inability to reattach severed limbs. Proffit was a large and ugly troll, one who smelled like dung dissolving in room temperature water. Although Proffit did not speak much, when he did, he would alternate speaking between both heads, one finishing the sentence that the other had started, or both speaking in unison in an unnerving fashion, normally reserved for possessed children. In battle, Proffit was relentless. He would tank powerful hits and strikes from dwarves, knowing he could regenerate from nearly any attack, in order to position himself in place for a devastating counterattack. He would use his two heads to remain vigilant. One head would focus entirely on tracking a primary target, while the other scanned for flankers or spellcasters. And when combat got close, he would bite with both heads. In the world of Toril, there exists a continent known as Faerun. It is a land of magic, monsters, and heroes. To those of us in the lore business, we simply refer to this land as the Forgotten Realms. An area of Faerun, known as the Savage Frontier, is home to several small frontier towns, a few big dwarven settlements, and even a massive orc kingdom. One region is known as the Evermoors. This area comprises hills and troughs, chilly bogs, and rolling landscapes. It was a place that clouded the senses with eerie sounds, a bone-chilling breeze, and a dense fog that seemed to permanently permeate the vision of its travelers. Evermoors is home to several orc clans, savage ettins, various giants, sentient trees known as bog blokes, and even a black dragon called Rakor. But what Evermoors is more infamously known for is its trolls. This is why the area is commonly referred to as the Troll Moors. Trolls often live alone or in dens. These dens, which housed no more than 5 trolls normally, were filthy, disgusting places led by a shamanistic female. Now, trolls are not territorial creatures, except when it comes to dealing with their own kind. This is why trolls so rarely unite, and why a troll army is a rare thing indeed. Trolls can't stand other trolls, so it took a special type of troll leader to unite a species that feuded amongst itself like violent, bickering siblings. Proffit was one of those leaders. Despite being a troll of few words, the two-headed fell troll was able to unite the trolls and bog blokes of Trollmoor into one massive, monstrous army. While viewed as a monster by many, most of the nearby leaders were wise enough to respect the troll leader. Silvery Moon, Nesme, and Mithral Hall. Each of these nations' leaders took Proffit and his actions into account. Only a foolish leader would dismiss the troll. His name carried weight, even as far west as Mirabar, Luskan, or Neverwinter. More importantly, however, Proffit caught the eye of an orc known as Obold Many Arrows. In the year 1370 DR, King Obold Many Arrows led an army of 40,000 orcs against Mithral Hall. This would be his first step in his invasion of the Silver Marshes. They came down from the north and attacked the dwarven strongholds and the surrounding village. Obold was an intelligent orc, even by human standards. He knew that Mithral Hall had allies like Nesme and Silvermoon, nations he needed to prevent from joining the war. Obold knew there would be strength in having the trolls by his side. They were strong, hard to kill, and more importantly, could add a great strategic benefit. Obold met with Proffit and formed an alliance. At his request, Proffit led his trolls into Nesme and drove out the human settlers. Obold, Proffit, and Gertie Orlsdotter, leader of the Frost Giants, met as they planned the next stage of attacks. The orcs and the giants would attack Mithral Hall via the surface, as Proffit led his troops up from the Underdark. During this brutal attack, Proffit's army slew many dwarves, including notable ones like General Dagna Waybeard, and the soldiers Bonorus Ironcap and Fender Stouthammer. Many grew to fear the trolls' attacks. Proffit was a brutal, close-quarter savage, ripping and tearing at flesh with its massive claws, while crushing his foes with a brutal grapple. Despite the losses, Mithral Hall withstood the attack. When the battle turned, Proffit fled. He and his troops returned to Nesme. Their trolls overwhelmed the combined forces of Nesme refugees and Dwarven warriors as they tried to retake the town. The trolls held Nesme until Lady Illustrial Silverhand and her Silver Guard, the soldiers of Silvery Moon, attacked. As Silverhand filled the battlefield with fire, burning the bogs and trolls alike, Proffit showed a crack in his usual strength. When his army fell, Proffit fled, retreating back to the troll moors for safety. Reports say that Proffit fled when his forces fell. Some say he was slain by a warrior named Rennick, but those reports are muddled at best. While his presence on the battlefield was terrifying, there was a whole other side to the events: the Drow influence. Although they were not combatants, the Drow played a massive role in the Orc invasion of Mithral Hall. The Drow acted as advisor to Obold. They prompted and encouraged him to invade, giving him spells, support, and tactical advice. However, the Drow were also supporting the Dwarves. The Drow were playing both sides against each other. They were hoping to prolong the war so the surface races would be weakened for when the Drow chose to launch their attack. So the Drow played the game, pitting each race against each other while weakening everybody from the shadows. If they saw a weakness, they would exploit it. Proffit was definitely a weakness. The Drow were originally thinking of turning Proffit against Obold, but chose against it. The Drow, just as much as any other race, feared a unified troll army. Instead, they sought to split the troll army. Proffit's two heads were not a single conscience. They were each independent thinkers, with their own thoughts, their own desires, and more importantly, their own egos. The Drow exploited that. They whispered different messages to each head, baiting them with jealousy of what the other was hearing. This led to the feuding heads each sending an army in a different direction. So when Nesme's forces came to regain their home, Proffit did not have the full troll support to properly defend it, and he was forced to retreat, just as the Drow had planned. As I mentioned before, a troll charismatic enough and strong enough to unite his entire species is terrifying. A single troll has been known to wipe out an entire party of adventurers. An army could wipe out the world. Perhaps it is a very good thing that each of Proffit's heads feud with one another, but what is more terrifying is the thought of what happens when they can get on the same page. Two brothers can fight and be against each other for eternity. They can feud, they can bicker, they can fight, they can go out of their way to annoy and sabotage the other. But the moment someone picks on their brother, they unite like an unbreakable wall. Nobody picks on my brother but me. When I think about Proffit, I worry what happens when someone tries to separate the two heads and it doesn't work. What happens when these two align thoughts and desires and view everybody else as the enemy? Is there enough fire or acid in all of Faerun, in all of the many realms, to stop a unified Proffit with a troll army behind him? It seems that our tea has run out. I hope this aids you in your troll slaying. Join me again in my library for more stories and lore about the darkest villains from the darkest realms. This has been the Dastardly Decimal System. I'm your librarian, Castor Cain, and with me as always is Vega the cat. Do you love the Dastardly Decimal System and want to support us? Check out our new Patreon. Members will get access to show notes, official artwork, our new bonus episode series called Cleaning Up After Tea Time, and of course, plenty of cat pics of Vega voice actors Vash and Zid. You'll even be able to suggest a topic for a future episode. Check it out at patreon.com/Dastardly Decimal System. If you're not financially able and still want to support us, suggest the show to a D&D loving friend. It really helps us get noticed, and binging is always encouraged. The Dastardly Decimal System can be found on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Blue Sky at DD System Podcast. That's Delta Delta System Podcast. Drop us a message and say hi. Vega always loves the attention. This podcast was produced by Midnight Reading Audio, a division of Midnight Reading Publishing. The voice of Castor Cain is Larry Gent. Hi. The voice of Vega is provided by my cats, Vash and Zid. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.